It's just so serene out here. I highly recommend that if you come to Kyoto, you do this little tour that I just did. Check out all the shrines and the temple, particularly the rabbit shrine and this temple, because it's a way for you to get sort of acclimated to Kyoto and what all these temples and shrines have to offer. Hello everybody! It is literally winter wonderland here in Kyoto. It snowed yesterday and everything looks friggin' amazing. I was honestly gonna stay home and edit some videos for you guys, but you know what? You only live once, and I'm gonna enjoy the snow out here. But to put a theme on this video that I'm gonna be doing today, I'm gonna basically be only visiting free attractions just to make it a point how affordable it is to travel out here in Japan, and particularly Kyoto, where there is this huge misconception that it's really expensive to do anything out here. So right now I'm at the Imperial Palace, and it's more of a central park of sorts in the center of Kyoto. Completely free to enter here, and I may or may not have time to release the vlog of me actually going into the Imperial Palace. But honestly, the best thing about this place are all the ridiculously tall pine trees out here. I mean, they must be hundreds of years old at least. I've never seen pine trees this tall. It's just really magical out here. Wow, looks like you can also purchase some artwork on the cheap too. $4 to $20. Alright guys, so I'm here at Heian Shrine, or Jinja as they would call it out here in Japan. And what's very interesting about all these shrines here in Japan is that each one of them is dedicated to like a special spirit or a god. I mean, they say that Pokemons were actually based on the spirits and gods that the Japanese worship. So just like Pokemons, how you gotta collect them all, I've made it a point to go and see all of these shrines because each one of them are sort of unique. And I don't really say that lightly, because in my travel, Vietnam and Thailand and Korea, I sort of get sick of visiting temples. I mean, there's a certain point when like the smaller ones all sort of start looking the same. But in Japan, because each one of these shrines has a different theme, it's quite visually interesting to me, even though I don't even understand the exact history or the reasons behind these shrines. So as a tourist, it's fantastic visiting these shrines. And best of all, shrines in Kyoto are free, unlike the temples, or ji as they would call them here. So I'm at Okazaki Park in front of Heian Shrine, which is a must-visit shrine. But before I go into Heian Shrine, I just want to make a note of the snow in Japan, since I am shooting this in the snow. And it's that, yeah, the snow in Japan is different. You hear this a lot of times, but having experienced snow in Korea and here, the reason it's different is in Korea, it's so cold that when they say it snows in winter, that's a warm day. Whereas in Japan, when it snows, my girlfriend thinks it's a cold day. So what this means is, on average, if the temperatures are so cold, the snow in Korea is very dry. So when I try to make a snowman there, it just sort of fluffs away and it's impossible to make it. Your hands just get cold and you give up. Whereas here, this snow just sticks together with all that moisture that's still available in the air, and you can make amazing little snowmen. Alright guys, so I'm here at Heian Shrine. It's a massive complex, which goes to show that it's not just a temple and you have to pay money to visit these places just because of the size. It has a lot to more do with the politics and how the economies of temples operate. Right behind me is the entrance to the enormous garden that they have here at Heian Shrine. And you know what? Even at 600 yen, I believe that that garden would be worth visiting. But I have to get going because there's so many other free locations that I have to show you. I'll have to see you at the next shrine. I don't even know if that's a shrine. It wasn't on my list. But when it's snowing like this, everything looks just so cinematic. It's just ridiculously beautiful out here. But it's almost 4 and most of these shrines, they close around 4, so I gotta get going. Alright guys, so I'm at the Okazaki Shrine. This is nicknamed the Rabbit Shrine because there's a bunch of rabbits everywhere. And it's so cute. I spent probably way too much time here. So one of the temples that I was gonna go to called Hoenn-in, I probably won't be able to make it along the Philosopher's Path. But, you know, there's just so much stuff to do here. It must be the cutest shrine I've encountered here in Japan, and I've encountered a lot of them. You gotta check this place out. Alright guys, so I'm here at what they call the Philosopher's Walk. And it's definitely not hype. This, you have to come here. It's just ridiculously peaceful. It's towards the mountains on the eastern side of Kyoto. And this Philosopher's Walk goes alongside this little stream. And everything about this place is just absolutely gorgeous. And on top of that, the fact that it's snowing right now, just I can't describe how amazing this place is. Oh my gosh, I've never seen this where the snow is stuck together. It's elastic, so it's falling off and it's almost like a piece of gum. So magical here. And just look at how the sun is striking that tree just at the right angle. Alright, so I believe this is the entrance to the Hoenn-in Temple. So this is right by the foot of the mountains now, so it is... Oh my god, the trees, just breathtaking. This looks like the main entrance, but it's saying that the way in is to the left. So Hoenn-in, they say this is one of the best kept secrets of Kyoto. It's currently 5 o'clock. They're supposed to close at 4, but I'm super happy they kept it open so that I can show it to you guys. It's just so serene out here. I highly recommend that if you come to Kyoto, you do this little tour that I just did and check out all the shrines and the temple, particularly the Rabbit Shrine and this temple, because it's a way for you to get sort of acclimated to Kyoto and what all these temples and shrines have to offer. And you know, I'm not gonna say it's for everybody, but somebody who likes beauty, somebody who likes nature, I really don't see how you could not like this. And that will justify why you will have to pay $5, $10, $15 for the other shrines. And hopefully this vlog was informative. At this point I have to go and pick up my girlfriend. She said she was getting off work at 6, I believe. So I gotta book it there. I might be able to visit one more shrine for you guys. Alright guys, so I thought I was finished, but heading south, I came across what looks like a cemetery. And it's so peaceful here. If I die, please bury me here. Alright guys, I found it. Face is frozen, but it's Otia's shrine. It's the last shrine located up here by the hillsides. This is a little difficult to find, but man, getting lost in this neighborhood is amazing. It feels very local here. Nobody's here, and it's just so peaceful walking around. I could just explore this area for days and days and days, and I don't think I could discover everything. The ambience here is just incredible. I mean, if I wasn't raised by some good Christian parents, I think I'd probably believe in all this. It just really feels like there's spirits here and stuff. I'm starting to understand Japanese people more because of this little tour that I did. So they say this shrine is dedicated to a mouse, so that's why you see mouses everywhere. I mean, this must be the cutest two shrines I've been to, the rabbit one and the mouse one. But honestly, I would love to spend more time there and show you guys more of it. But at this point, I have to go back because Mayu is getting off work and the sun's about to set. Alright guys, so I'm at the Kumano Shrine. It's nothing spectacular, but I'm gonna mark this because the walk over here along the Philosopher's Path, fantastic. The last little segment, you get to actually see some of the other temples below you. So at least this will give you guys reference to the path I took. I'll have to come back here during the daytime, but I feel like this gate, I've seen it in a Kurosawa movie. You're basically just seeing the power of my Sony A7 IV, because this is much brighter than it actually is. I'm actually looking through the viewfinder to actually see night vision, like what it is, because it's pitch black. This is called the Nanjen-zi Sanmon Gate. Actually looks very similar to a Korean gate. Alright, so I met up with Mayu, and for dinner we're at Caesarea, budget Italian-ish restaurant. Everything here is so cheap, like $3 to $5-ish. The most expensive thing we got is this pizza that is 600 yen. I'm actually really curious how big the portions are and ultimately how good it tastes. Alright, I'm not gonna say all Japanese food is cheap, but if you know where to get it, it can be. This was at 600 yen, 150 yen, 500 yen, 600 yen, 300 yen. That's legit. It's so good.